Hey y'all, this is Harshman again. I just have to make this video for the New Orleans Saints fan in me, and for what I'm seeing in the NFL the last few weeks. I am so sick and tired of seeing a team that is being consistently poorly coached, week in, week out. I mean, I ain't got nothing else to say other than we are flat out poorly coached. This is a second winnable game in the last 3 weeks that we have lost because of poor coaching. Part of it's down to penalties, but in this case, an excellent defensive coordinator is our head coach in Dennis Allen. Yet Dennis Allen straight up lost us this game. All we have to do is run the ball. Just run the damn ball on each play. Or use Taysom Hill. We went away from Taysom Hill. We went away from Alvin Kamara. Tried to use Mark Ingram up the middle for God knows why. Our offense did its job. That's just plain and simple. Our offense did its job with no wide receivers. Offensive line is banged up. And new players coming in. No Jameis Winston, right? Andy Dalton was solid enough. It wasn't terrible. Wasn't great. Didn't need to be great. Because Alvin Kamara balled out again. Taysom Hill balled out again. The new guy from the practice squad, and Rashid Shaheed, he balled out too. He should have had 2 touchdowns, but of course, Andy Dalton and him weren't on the same page. And Pete Carmichael had a fantastic game. Yes, there were some calls that just simply didn't work, and that's why we had the field goals instead of touchdowns. But seriously, guys, everybody on offense played well, except for maybe Andrews Pete, as per usual. Like, to no one's surprise, Andrews Pete near the end of the game causing another idiotic penalty. Andy Dalton should have let the ball go, but again, that happens when you have a bad offensive line and that you're poorly coached. So this is again on Dennis Allen. He coached not to lose instead of trying to win. Tyrann Mathieu, what the fuck are you doing in these past 3 or 4 weeks? Like, are you trying to make business decision, or are you just that bad? Because you can't tackle nobody. You haven't been able to get any interceptions or nothing. You weren't able to cover anybody. You're not able to cover anybody. And you're telling me that as soon as Marshawn Lattimore gets back in the team, that every corner is going to get picked on now? I'm disgusted right now as a Saints fan, because this team should be doing a lot better on defense when you were upgrading. Because the offense has done better the last 4 weeks now. In the last 3-4 weeks now. I mean, in the last 3 weeks now. I mean, against the Vikings, our offense came back. We had a chance to win this game. And then immediately after we take the lead, defense sells out. I mean, this game right here, we were up by 9 points. We were up by 9 points after taking a long ass time. Unfortunately, it didn't end in touchdowns, but it was the right idea. Take the time off the clock. But immediately afterwards, we give up a touchdown. We go right back down the field. Fantastic work by the offense just to bleed out some clock. Unfortunately, not a touchdown, so another field goal. But you're saying, oh no, it's a field goal. That means our defense sucks. We give up a field goal. We think we have this game. All we have to do is get a first down. 1 first down or 2 first down. Just either 1 or 2 first down. We couldn't even get a first down because Andy Dalton threw on 3rd down that was incomplete. That's a terrible sight to see. And then the next drive by Cincinnati, it takes one motherfucking play. One play for the Saints to lose a lead that they should have had, a game that they was ahead in every single step of the way. So Dennis Allen, what the fuck were you doing yet again? This is the second time in 2 years that you managed to have a horrible collapse at home to a team that we should have beat, the team that was disjointed. You did this last year against the Giants, and now you did this last year against the Joe Judge-led Giants, and now you're doing this against the Zach Taylor-led Cincinnati Bengals team that was disjointed coming into this game. Their offense was disjointed. Their offensive line is terrible, and this defense couldn't even get a sack on him. Not a single sack on him. I don't know what ends up being more laughable. The fact that we just collapsed and we turned into the Atlanta Falcons, or the very fact that the New Orleans Saints still are only a game back of the NFC South, because it is quite possible Carolina ends up falconing to the point where now the one team that doesn't collapse is the team that we made fun of for collapsing on a constant basis. My God. The Steelers did us a huge favor. We got what we wanted out of the Steelers, which was a win. It didn't matter what the Falcons did, though. I would have preferred they lost. We had this game, and we let the Bengals off the hook. We had this game, let them off the hook, because defense sold out yet again. Our defense sold out again. Yes, there could have been pass interference in the end, and probably should have. But again, do you honestly expect the refs to call anything in our favor, considering they actually stole a Super Bowl appearance from us? Considering that even in week 2 they were trying to hand the game to the Bucs, the same way in week 3 they were handing everything to the Vikings. Like, they don't call anything in our favor. That's just accepted at this point. I don't like it, but it is what it is. And now I just hope that on Thursday night, which again, I apologize beforehand for the shit show that you're going to get between the Falcons, between the Cardinals and the Saints, because both teams are terrible right now. So I apologize in advance, but Dennis Allen, you do this one more time, your ass is fired. I'll make sure of it. Go Saints. Peace.